General interview questions. From a company that must not be named, here are general interview questions with sample answers related to maritime duties, navigation, and safety procedures tailored to the role of a third officer. These responses are based on standard maritime practices and regulations, such as those outlined in SOLAS, STCW, LSA Code, ISPS Code, and COLREGs. Duties and responsibilities as third officer. The third officer, typically the junior navigating officer on a merchant vessel, has the following responsibilities: navigation watch, stand watch, example 8 to 12 or 2000 to midnight, and ensure safe navigation, including course plotting, position fixing, and radar monitoring. Safety officer, execute maintenance and inspection of life-saving appliances and firefighting equipment, ensuring compliance with SOLAS, LSA, and FSS Code. GMDSS, operate and maintain the Global Maritime Distress and Safety System equipment. Documentation, prepare documents for port-related activities, assist with passage planning and safety drills. Emergency duties, participate in drills and take charge of lifeboats or muster stations as assigned. What is restricted visibility? Restricted visibility refers to any condition where visibility is reduced due to fog, mist, heavy rain, snow, smoke, or darkness, impairing the ability to see other vessels or navigational marks. According to Rule 19 of COLREGs, vessels must take specific actions, example, reduce speed, sound fog signals, and use radar to avoid collisions in such conditions. What is a head-on situation? A head-on situation occurs when two power-driven vessels are approaching each other on reciprocal or nearly reciprocal course, so as to involve a risk of collision. As per Rule 14 of COLREGs, both vessels should alter course to starboard to pass port to port safely. Food and water in lifeboat. How many liters or food supply for each crew? As per LSA Code, a lifeboat must carry water, 1 liter per person. Supply in the lifeboat is a total of 3 liters. Watertight receptacles. Having a desalinator would be beneficial. Food, a minimum of 10,000 kilojoules, approximately 2,400 kilocalories of food rations per person, typically in the form of high-energy biscuits or emergency rations. These supplies are intended to sustain occupants for at least 2 to 3 days. Number 5. How to calculate shallow contour. Sample approach, ship's draft minus measured depth is equals to corrected depth. Corrected depth plus or minus tide equals shallow contour. Number 6. What pyrotechnics are inside the lifeboat and how many years expiration? Pyrotechnics in a lifeboat are distress signals including 6 hand flares, red, burn for 1 minute, 4 rocket parachute flares, red, ascend to 300 meters, 2 buoyant orange smoke signals for daytime signaling, expiration typically 4 years from the date of manufacture, after which they must be replaced as per SOLAS requirements. How to enter a traffic separation scheme. To enter a TSS, follow Rule 10 of COLREGs, join or leave at the termination points, or if mid-route, enter at a shallow angle to merge with traffic flow. Maintain the designated lane, proceed in the direction of traffic, and keep a proper lookout. Use VHF to report intentions to VTS or Vessel Traffic Service if required. Adjust speed and course to avoid impeding other vessels. Number 8. A vessel 200 meters or more in length, how many life buoys? Per SOLAS Chapter 3, Regulation 32, a vessel over 200 meters requires a minimum of 14 life buoys with at least 2 fitted with self-igniting lights and smoke signals. The exact number may increase based on the ship's safety management system or flag state rules. Number 9. What is the use of ECDIS? ECDIS is used for real-time navigation and position monitoring, primary anti-grounding tool, route planning, and monitoring with alarms for deviation or hazards. Example, shallow water, wrecks, displaying updated electronic charts, replacing paper charts, enhancing situational awareness with radar overlay and AIS integration, ensuring compliance with IMO standards for safe navigation. Number 10. In port, how do you handle a visitor coming on board? Verify identity and purpose. Example, check ID, visitor log, ensure compliance with ISPS Code. Example, provide ISPS ID to them, security level checks, escort the visitor to the duty officer or duty personnel, brief them on safety rules. Example, no smoking, restricted areas, log their entry and exit times in the gangway logbook before exiting, take their ISPS ID as well. Number 11, what is ISPS? The International Ship and Port Facility Security Code is an IMO regulation under SOLAS Chapter 11-2 to enhance maritime security. It addresses threats like terrorism, piracy, and smuggling by establishing security levels 1 to 3. Roles, example, ship security officer, and procedures, example, access control or drills. Number 12, if you find damage while the vessel is in port operation, what action to be taken? Report the damage to the master and chief officer immediately. Assess the extent, example structural or equipment, and document with photos. Notify port authorities, flag state and class society if critical. Conduct temporary repairs if feasible, or arrange for permanent repairs. Update the ship's logbook and file a damage report. Number 13, how to test GMDSS equipment. Daily, test VHFDSC, MF or HFDSC, and NAVTEX for functionality. Weekly, test EPIRB and SART manually without activation and via self-test mode. Monthly, full GMDSS tests, including battery checks and communication with shore stations. Record all tests in the GMDSS logbook. Number 14, location of training manual. The shipboard training manual is typically located in the crew mess room as required by SOLAS Chapter 3, Regulation 35. It must be easily accessible to all crew members. Number 15, what is the purpose of the shipboard training manual? It provides guidance on operation and maintenance of LSA and FFE, emergency procedures, example, abandoned ship or firefighting, crew familiarization with safety equipment and duties, compliance with SOLAS and STCW training requirements. Number 16, how to maintain your LSA and FFE during underway. Conduct weekly and monthly inspections, test equipment, lubricate moving parts, and check for corrosion. Record maintenance in the planned maintenance system. Number 17, what is the most difficult work as a third officer on board the ship? This varies, but common challenges include managing navigation in heavy traffic or poor visibility, balancing watchkeeping with LSA FFE maintenance duties, handling fatigue during long watches or emergencies. Number 18, as duty officer, you encounter heavy traffic. What action is to be taken? Increase vigilance, lookout, radar, AIS, reduce speed if needed, Rule 6, COLREGs, comply with COLREGs, example, give way, sound signals, inform the master if the situation escalates, adjust course to avoid close quarters situations. Number 19, departure of a vessel as third officer. What will you do? Prepare departure documentation and follow departure checklist. Passage planning assist and chart preparation if paper charts are still supplied. Conduct pre-departure checks, example, navigation equipment, GMDSS, lead mooring party if assigned on deck, or assist master in maneuvering the vessel. Log departure time and other relevant details. Number 20, when you test the main engine, what proper action to be taken? Coordinate with the engine room and inform the master. Ensure the vessel is clear of traffic and in open waters if underway. If moored, check if cargo ops are finished, all crew members are aboard, check for slack of lines. Test steering gear and emergency controls simultaneously. Monitor parameters, example, RPM, temperature, and log results. Number 21, give examples of publication books. Nautical Almanac, Admiralty List of Lights and Fog Signals, Notices to Mariners, Sailing Directions, International Code of Signals. Number 22, where can you test your ship? In port, main engine test, coordinate with the engineers, check mooring lines, check steering gear 12 hours prior to departure, pre-departure checklist to be complied. At sea, main engine test, coordinate with the engineers, check steering gear 12 hours prior to departure, comply with arrival checklist. Designated areas, as per port or flag state requirements, example, sea trials. Number 23, what is the meaning of the night order book of the master? The night order book contains the master's specific instructions for the officer of the watch during nighttime or unattended hours. It includes navigation directives, example, course changes, hazards, speed adjustments, and safety precautions. Number 24, what is a monthly exercise on board the ship? Monthly exercises include fire drill, simulate firefighting scenarios, abandoned ship drill, practice lifeboat preparation and muster, enclosed space entry drill, train for safe entry procedures. These are logged as per SOLAS requirements. On board the ship, check your drill register. Number 25, what is the purpose of the firefighting system and firefighting appliances? prevent, detect, and extinguish fires on board, protect life, property, and the environment, and ensure compliance with SOLAS Chapter 2-2. Number 26. How many kilograms in life buoy on deck and the bridge wings? As per LSA Code, a life buoy must weigh at least 2.5 kilograms while those fitted with lights and smoke signals weighing 4 kilograms.